Mr. Lynch lives or will be alive forever. Good morning. It's a massive ministro simple. Or 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 simply David. Not inch. It's April 15. So the half is April 2025. 2025 and it's Tuesday in Naples. So yeah, middle sky clear but also some clouds. Yes, at the moment also seems to no, it's perhaps with the wind, not with the wind, not if not cold, sure heavy, and it's early afternoon. Radio it's 13 and it's 13 and 30, 66 and 2 Fahrenheit and 19 Celsius, and this means it's really soft. Like in this period, soft is classic adjective to use for spring, but also the period. So several parts of the SEO, there some non remember Chicoraborico, sono Borico, cioè se posso dire, I'm sure, ma tu resi vedremo ricomprese singolo, so that at the same time it's my proposal, fact that people shouldn't watch my videos. It's better and perhaps paradox for me, and I didn't use new calibration. Also for autumn, summer, and winter, in fact, in the sense fact that for the autumn, I see just for the source adjective soft, for the summer adjective hot, for the winter adjective cold. So in general, also in cases, a classic adjective, and as regarding degrees, at least for me, always figure to say, figure to weather, absolutely incomplete. Since it really seems that we're in the first weeks of the spring, or in the first period of the spring, in particular since Friday, April 4, in particular since Friday, April 4, and then if at the same time during the nights, so slightly cold, so it also seems end part of winter atmosphere. This is for me, I don't know for other people, for me in general, it is always good, and still about the sky, also the atmosphere in general. Today, I don't know if I can see the same thing as just before for the English, but it's good, but not completely, if I can briefly, some of things on this. Gary afternoon, think at temperature, it's fantasy, repeat as just before, 66 and 2 Fahrenheit and 19 Celsius, but l'important thing is atmosphere, 7 centigradi. Just before we have this. Yes, there is in all the story there is a room, there is the curtain, but when there is a curtain in general, as you know, perhaps as I'm repeating, since sometimes you should see the most perfect, at least I suppose. In fact, as you know, there is in this bit, is sky clear, but also in clouds. But considering the trend of these last days, my sensations, according to what I read, considering what I read, other things, it's possible that later will become, I don't know if totally, but I'm mostly cloudy, and also that might rain possibility, and if at the moment is a remote possibility, but as reason W and Evangelians of Withers, so see, and if it's clear, it's a game scheme. Today very clear. Well, bad, perhaps better say bad, well, at the moment. So this, da sarà medio Luino, sarà cortino, questo, quattro, questo è delle persone di Roma. The difference is the color of the flowers, the color of the previous second curtain was yellow or gold, the color of the first one was pink, and this is third curtain, it's not similar to the pink, so the color of the first curtain, we are really closest, it's really similar, I don't know if you notice. A dovere, as I also said in the room, so from the medical window, we go to the amount to radical years, and also, in fact, the new sentence is written quote from Wallet because so something to log for the fact we are ready with this opportunity ready since 1 2 years. And also with those beautiful print branches, so questo visible abbiamo at also no is better visible for me. It's entirely in the shot at si può spiegare già shot. As I got the granite shooter, was not visible behind it, and the curtain is generally visible, also in this case, for me, better visible and sentire in shot, also in this case, at si può spiegare già shot. And finally, from a medieval keyboard and GX extending 40 APG 625. Also in this case, in the imagination shot. Niente, it's the mode people follow the channel. And still getting to area. Also, my brother, my sister, also myself, to last Boskies, and finally, I hope you living at breakfast. Today it's late in general, also for my aspect, I mean, for my aspect, but all important set to fare per giocare in December 9, 2023, tu was a salon in fact breakfast of internet, family yet. I restarted Twitter, the Fiatena, part of embedded if to yesterday, so I think it's a record, fact così record, December 9, 2023, e so è rushable. Today, if it is close the record, little from us, they are just really obviously, just rolling quote 13 and 30. But the really important thing to show is remember that in some way also they fortunately so memory young. And so you must say perché fa si sono mossi tutti dalla figura, absolutely. And so from Fuchs and Southern Shorts with my favorite biscuits, we are many, but in particular I would say that two important things. The first one is about the milk, fatto sono shots tonic and snit the coffee, tu sono quick chocolate, as you can notice from the short fragment video, the shot, and within this also the fact that the class breakfast was format, so that's the video in particular mega bomb. And second thing is about the series, fact any federal beautiful series that are Conan the Italian series. For me, these are the second piece of position, and because at the first piece of position, for me, there are the PAM Italian series. In fact, always I truly recommend them to you because they are really superb. Also, tomorrow I suppose if I don't die, if I cannot until tomorrow to Leppen, my wife will see.